Well, I should probably be resting. I've been under the weather for a couple days, but I saw another conversation on a Facebook group about throttling, and I wanted to make a video and explain why I think throttling is not a real thing and actually show you. I'm going to do some doodling on a piece of paper. I'm going to show you what I think is actually happening there. Don't judge my art skills. Now, if you don't know, my name's Rob. Been in the influencer program for a year and a half. I'm just here sharing tips, tricks, and advice. These are things that I've learned along the way, both good and bad, to hopefully help you make more dough, more Skrilla, more cheddar in the program. So if that sounds good to you, like it's in your wheelhouse, hit the subscribe on this. And if you get halfway through it and you're like, this guy might actually be onto something, maybe throw your boy a bone and hit the like button too. I like likes. I think I'm your Amazon influencer guy. So here we go. You know what was funny is I actually had to look hard to find paper. I realized I haven't written on a piece of paper. It may have been years. I really had to search hard to find this. So, and just to prove it, I'm using like this, I'm not even sure what this is. It has these little cover-up stickers in it, but it'll do the trick. So here is my theory on what's happening. Of course, the throttling theory that people mention is they've been in the program for a while and all of a sudden they've hit a plateau. They're not making over a certain amount of money per month, and it just seems to be, and what they're saying is, well, that's Amazon doing it to me. Nobody wants to go like, well, maybe my processes are bad. They're like, Amazon just got it out for me. I'm too damn good. Amazon wants to get me. Here's what I think is actually happening here. And this is all just theory. And I've said this before when it comes to throttling. I'll be totally okay if Amazon comes out and goes, we do actually throttle. I'm not going to, this is just my theory, right? I don't have nothing at stake here. So my theory is this. This circle right here represents 20% of the products that are available on Amazon, right? Over here is the much larger circle, the 80% of products on Amazon. Now, these are the products that people actually buy. 20% over here is what most people buy. And I'm going to guess that that number is probably somewhere around 70 to 80%. What is that theory called? There's a theory about this, that 80% of the people do 20% of the activities or something. I think that's what is happening here. 80% of the buyers are purchasing only 20% of the stuff. Most people are buying the Vital Proteins collagen powder or whatever that is. They're all buying the Stanley cups. The majority of people are buying a very small percentage of overall products, including you, the Amazon influencer, who whenever you first joined the program, what you did is you made videos for products which you already owned, which were part of the 20% mostly. And so what started to happen at that time was this 20% started to get filled up with influencers. And every time a new influencer would come in, what do? Well, they're like, well, shoot videos that you've already got stuff for. Okay, well, it's usually still in this 20%, right? So you got more and more people that are shooting within just this 20%. Well, you can only squeeze so many people into this 20% before some influencers get pushed out. And by pushed out, I mean out of like the upper carousel upper carousel video, upper influencer. I'm not feeling well. I'm doing my best here. Out of the upper carousel video carousel. Man, that's a tough one. You know what I'm trying to say. They're getting pushed out. Basically, you only got 5 spots up there up until recently. It can only accommodate so many people. So then what starts to happen is videos and products which you've been making money on for the past year and a half, you're not making as much on that because now so many people are targeting that same very small percentage of products, the Vital Proteins, the Rain energy drinks, the Stanley Cups. They're all doing that. Do you know how many Stanley Cup videos probably exist on the Amazon platform that we're never going to see? People got pushed out. So then all of a sudden everybody's numbers start to plateau because the oversaturation, not just the oversaturation, it's the oversaturation of new influencers targeting this same 20%, filling up all of the carousels for the popular products. That's what I think throttling is. So what do you do about this? Well, let's go over here to the 80%. Here's where things actually get kind of interesting because I don't think that the value is in the 80%. I think that the value is most likely in a small area within the 80%. And I'm going to say this is probably going to end up being I'm going to say a 20%, maybe 20 to 25% area. So this is going to be 25%, 25% of this 80%. This 80% out here, no one's ever going to see. These are products that no one's ever going to buy, no one's ever going to see. They're going to get deactivated. They're just going to die. There are so many products on Amazon. There are so many products on Amazon. And as many people buy on Amazon, they're never going to see the majority of the products that are on there. So that's my theory, is that most of this, what you want to target is this. What you want to start doing is videos within this small subset of the 80 to 25%, because there's still a lot of sales happening here. It gets you away from this throttling issue or the oversaturation issue, and puts you into an area where sales are still really good, but you're not dealing with the same sort of concentration or saturation of influencers coming in, because they're typically, yeah, I mean, they're doing some videos here, but nothing like the 20% that they're actually doing over here. So you want to, my theory here, and this is why I only do products that have no influencer videos, I want to ignore this. I don't want any part of that part of it. I don't want to risk fighting against other influencers for placement. I also want to ignore this additional outside of that 80%. I want that 20 to 25% of the other that nobody's touching, nobody's paying attention to from an influencer standpoint, but is still selling really well. That's my theory on what's happening with the throttling. I don't think it's got anything to do with Amazon having a beef with people. I think the problem here is that people have been making videos predominantly for this 20% of products that are available. As more influencers come in, they target that exact same 20%, and eventually those carousels fill up and push people out. Those people continue to make videos on other products, which are in that top 20%, and they just end up really not making any progress, because they're robbing Peter to pay Paul, essentially, is what that is. I just dropped my marker. So that's my theory. I'd be curious to hear you guys' thoughts on this. This is going to be kind of a short video, because again, not feeling that great, but I just wanted to make this video for you guys. So let me know if this was interesting, helpful. Comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and maybe hit the like button on this as well. We'll see you on the next video. Peace out.